I know you have bought in the courses, probably learned the hooks, probably learned the objection scripts, and I'm telling you right now, every framework, every script you have ever learned, you can just throw out the door. Because I'm gonna actually break down from you exactly why people buy, why people stay, and how it actually has nothing to do with what you say. See, what you don't realize is 90% of communication, 90% of why people actually build trust with you, aka buy from you, is because of how they feel when they listen to you. It has very little to do with what you actually say. And I will tell you, this is what has allowed me to have 300K launches in a row, have over a 99% client retention rate, because I have mastered learning to read people, learning to communicate, and how to not try to follow something and a framework as a way to build my business. So fun fact, I have never taken an online course in my life. I've never followed a hook framework, a content framework. It's actually the funniest thing. When people ask me, how do you create content? How do you sell? I go, I talk to people. I say what I think. I give real value. And this is why the way you communicate is far more impactful than anything you follow. And I will tell you also, nowadays, we are in the age of AI. It's 2026. Everybody can find that you are reading a script. It's so easy to know. You want to know something, fun fact about me and all my videos, all my marketing, all my content, everything, just like this video. I don't have a script. I don't have a framework. I'm not pausing this video. I'm not editing it up kazoo. I'm not trying to follow the best thing. I know what I'm talking about. I'm embodied in it. I teach it with over hundreds of women. So yeah, I trust myself that the right thing is going to come out and it's going to land in the right person's seat. And that's what I care about more than anything. So I'm going to be breaking down for you how you can sell more effectively, build more content, have better workshops, run better programs, because you have mastered the art of actually communicating in a way that people actually want to listen to you. Because here's the thing, you can say the perfect thing, the perfect sales manipulative strategy out there, and I'm not interested if you are not saying it in a way that actually activates me. Because here's the thing that you actually probably don't realize. People buy from you because the way you're speaking is activating something in them that it awakens them to want to buy, for them to see, oh, I want to hire that person. Let me give you a great example. I taught a workshop last year, and in the workshop, I taught all different things. I taught sales strategies, marketing strategies, content strategies, conversion strategies, client retention strategies, so many strategies, so many good strategies, like real value. That's my MO with workshops. And I talked about this story around how really when my dad passed away, I really decided that there was a certain standard, a bar of what I wanted in life, of how good life could be, how much wealth we can really have in life, in our income, in our business, all of it. And how so many people lower the bar in life when life gets challenging, right? So many people go, oh, it's hard, or oh, this isn't working. Let me lower the bar. And for me, I've always held the standard of how good my life gets to be, how impeccable, how incredible, and that I hold the bar for what I want in my life, no matter what's going on. With my dad passing away, with other really hard situations going on in my life, I still hold that. And inside of the workshop, I was talking about this, and I said, what is the bar of what you really want in your life? Like, think bigger, go bigger. And my job, and I really hold this true, any client of mine, anyone who's inside of Wealthy Woman, anyone's inside of my programs, they know I hold them to the standard of what they want always. It's hands down, by the way, why I have a 99% client retention rate, because I believe in people enough that they can go for what they really want in business. And I will hold them through the hard seasons of life. I will honor it. I will help them re-strategize things, but we don't lower the bar ever. And at the end of the workshop, I connected with a woman and I said, what did you love the most? And ironically, it was that. It was none of the strategies. It was none of anything. And of course, she ended up joining the program that I was offering, which was Wealthy Woman. And she said, it was because of when you said that, you made me realize how much I don't live in holding the bar. I don't hold that. And I don't have someone in my life holding that for me. I want to point something out. She didn't buy my program because of all the strategies that she will get in it, because of all the ways I'm going to personally help her business. She was bought into that when I talked about that story, it activated a potentiality in her, a potential of what her life actually gets to be. And she realized how much she had been dimming that, which is honestly 90% of why you need people outside of you. Is you need someone who's going to hold a higher standard of what you say you really want and who actually cares about you, which is what I do. Like, I truly, 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 truly care about my people. And so that's why she bought. And I want to point that out because it's the way that I talked about the bar. It's not about that I taught anyone can say, hold a vision for your life, hold what you desire. How many people have said that? How many people have heard that? It's the way you say things and the embodiment you hold in it. So let's break it down. Number one with communication is your body language. So when you are communicating, when you're doing content, when you're doing workshops, when you're doing group programs, you want to be aware of your hands. Number one, are your hands open? Are your hands closed? Are your hands crossed? Are they on your face? What shows a confident person? Someone like this or someone like this? I'm going to hire someone who looks confident, right? You can tell me all of the reasons why you are, let's say, the amazing person that you do what you do and all the testimonials at the kazoo. But at the end of the day, what is going to make me hire you? Because of the way you present and the way that you speak, your confidence 100% comes through in the way that you communicate. And people hire confident people. People feel trust with people who are confident because it shows authority. And we're not trying to overact confident. You're just actually being confident. And your body language is something you need to train yourself in because a lot of people are trained in our society to close down, to act in these different ways. And you want to have your body open. Number two, do not read a script. Why? You are going to miss the sale, miss the opportunity right under your nose. Let me explain. That came from a dear friend of mine who shared with me about right under your nose, and it always drops in right in the perfect moments. Like I said, I don't follow a script, so it just comes out. So when you are following a script, what is happening? You are following a script, which means what are you not doing? What you are not doing is you're not reading the person, the room, the workshop, the people, the group right in front of you. If you want to know why I have a 99% client retention rate, let me just break this down for you. I have a 99 client retention rate, and I've been running the exact same program for almost 3 years now. Now, granted, is the program completely different? Is it upgraded on every level? Yes, but I have people who have been in it since the beginning for almost 3 years. And why is that? Because I don't run any one call the same. I don't run any 1 month the same. I don't have generic Q&A calls like everybody else does. And what I'm constantly doing when I'm running the calls is reading the room of my people. People always ask, how do you have such a high show up rate, camera on rate, engagement rate? This is how. Because I'm constantly reading the facial expressions, the room of what people need. And when I'm on a sales call, it's the exact same thing. But if you are reading a script, if you're reading a plan, if you're following your slides, you're missing the whole point. Because here's the thing, let's break it down on a sales call. If I am, let's say, 10 minutes into a sales call and I say something and I notice that that person's body kind of went down, that person's body kind of slumped and went like this, and then I'm trying to move to the next question or the next part of the sales call, that was the moment I lost them. It doesn't matter what I say from here on out. They got lost in that moment. And if I don't address that in that moment and I just follow my script, they're not going to be a yes. And this is why sales and really facilitation and really business is a presence practice. You have to be able to be so present that you can read the person right in front of you, read the room, read your clients in that moment, that you can read what they need and you respond to it in the moment. And so what you don't want to do is be reading a script that you couldn't even see their facial expressions, that you couldn't read that something was happening. Something I've done many times is, how's this landing for you? Hey, I saw your face went like that. Let's talk about it. What's going on? These are the moments that people actually feel cared for, and that's actually why people buy. When you're so attentive and you notice people, we have a core need to be seen, right? When you notice them, you see them, you're attentive to them, it does amazing. And people build trust in you, they love you, they enjoy you, and then guess what? They're actually gonna buy from you. And so really reading people in the moment is super important. This is something I go so deep into, actually giving my clients a ton of feedback on inside of Wealthy Woman, because this is a skill that you're not just gonna learn from a video. I just wanna name that. You have to get feedback on where you're missing different cues, because most of us, unfortunately, in society, and especially with the online world, we're regurgitating so much. We miss body cues. We miss verbal cues, tonality cues. These are all things that make us incredible business owners. And also, by the way, this would change your personal relationships as well. Number 3, the other thing that is very, 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 very important when you are communicating, your energy and your tonality. So your tonality is actually communicating the emotionality of high, happiness, and low, I can meet you in the lows. And it is your ability to range your emotional and tonality that actually allows people to feel safe with you. Because here's the thing. Everybody wants to hire someone who they feel inspired by, who they feel activated by, who they feel like, wow, I love the way I feel when I hear that person speak. They also want to hire someone who can go the range. And if you have the same monotone, we just did a workshop inside of Wealthy Woman exactly of this. And I gave one of my clients feedback. I said, your tone was the same. It's not interesting. 1. And 2, it's not really communicating what that person goes through. And so in a way, your emotionality is creating connection. And I'm not saying act emotional. I'm not saying play out emotions that aren't there. What I am saying is learn to communicate the range of an emotional tone. So for instance, if I'm selling and I'm talking about, let's say I'm talking about, I'll give you guys some examples of this. This is so fun. Let's say I'm talking about, for instance, like, this is why Wealthy Woman is amazing. I love Wealthy Woman, and the reason why I think it's so important for you is because you need a personalized strategy for your business. You do not want a generic way of doing business at all. And if it's just generic and it's just the same, it's not gonna work. Okay, so let me pause you for a moment. That emotionality was all on a high, okay? And you're probably like, cool, I'm interested. Sounds interesting. Now, let me show you a proper way of communicating the range to create depth. So, I know that you want a business model that actually is set up for your life, that you want sustainability, that you want space, that you want flexibility, and you want to make a lot of really good money. But let's talk about what you maybe haven't looked at. That the way you're doing things right now isn't necessarily sustainable. Could you really take a step back and still have money coming in? Do you really have space to tend to your personal life? And at the end of the day, what's important to you? What is really important to you? And is your business built for predictability, for the things that actually matter to you? Because that's what we do in Wealthy Woman. We find out exactly what your true desires are, and we build a business around it. So let me pause. Both are great options, honestly. And I could give myself lots of improvement feedback also on those. But one of them shows that I have range. It shows that I can meet you in the high, in the excitement, in the what you want, but I also can meet you in the depth of I'm gonna put straight in your face where you are not looking at things, where you are not being honest with yourself. And guess what? I do that in the program. People get the full range of all of it, which, by the way, you should have in any mentor you hire, because that's actually how you see results. But the reason that creates trust is because what it's unconsciously saying to the person on the other side is that person can hold me through the range. And at the end of the day, let's be honest, is anybody always high and happy and excited about life and their business and or whatever your niche is all the time? No. And so that creates an unconscious trust of, oh, that person can hold me through the range. It also is real. We are emotional beings. We have ranges of emotions, and people love to feel your humanity and who you are in it. Okay, number 4, with your communication, landing people, all the different things, is making sure that you are presenting as you. Okay, so simple, so massive. I see so many brilliant women try to take on brands that aren't really who they are, right? So for instance, let me give you a great example. With myself, I make incredible money. I could buy a lot of really nice clothes, really nice bags, wear black, my Louis Vuitton. It's not me. It's not my vibe. What you are seeing right here is exactly who I am personally and professionally. If I was hanging out with some friends, this is exactly how I look. This is exactly what I would wear. This is exactly what my getup would look like. Maybe some yoga pants, who knows? But I'm not trying to act somebody that I'm not. And so therefore, the way I communicate is literally exactly how I would talk to my husband, how I would talk to my mom, how I would talk to a friend. And that is what builds trust at the end of the day, is because you can tell when somebody is trying to act, perform somebody that they're not. I will tell you that I saw this happen one time to a client who felt like she wasn't getting sales. And then someone told her that she needed to be more luxurious and she needed to take on this whole luxury vibe to call in higher level clients. And I will tell you, when you hire me, I'm direct. I will tell you like it is. And I said straight up, that's not who you are. You're trying to act luxury, but that's not who you are. And it's not going to fix your sales issue. Because if you are not good at sales, you are not good at sales. It's a skill. You don't need to like act a brand that you're higher level than you are. And then it creates an incongruence between the delivery and the branding. Because here's the thing. Also, if you don't feel like you're just getting to be yourself in your business, it doesn't feel good and it doesn't feel natural and you're not going to like it. The reason why I love making content and I love delivering to my clients, again, it's just another expression of me. I'm just getting to be myself, and that is the best thing about all of this. And so you want to make sure that the way you're communicating is natural. Is it the way you would really talk on your content? Are you trying to talk a certain way, or are you just being yourself? It is the thing that is most attractive, and you want to create safety. Number one is being yourself. And this is why really understanding how to communicate what you do, what you're selling, the way you facilitate, the way you work with clients is so important. It's a huge missing piece that I see that a lot of people, especially in coaching and business coaching and teaching business strategy, you're totally missing. And you could follow every script under the sun, every sales formula, every funnel. And I'm telling you right now, people want to hire people who they can feel, who they feel activated, who can go the range, and who are themselves. And I will tell you hands down, everyone always hires me and they go, Christy, what is your content formula? What is your script formula? And I'm telling them, yes, there is strategy. And yes, I will teach you the strategy. But what is it more than anything? It's actually understanding how to communicate in a real, grounded, authentic way by being yourself and knowing what to look for, right? At the end of the day, business is a people business. We're in the business of being people, and we're selling to people, and we're people doing our services. And so if you're trying to follow scriptures or ways of doing things that is not working, it is about the communication that is far more impactful than anything else. People remember how they felt more than anything. And even if there are no in that moment, I promise you, they're going to remember how they felt with you. And I can't even tell you how many people come back in your world and end up buying from you. This is one of the most potent skills. This is a practice skill. This requires feedback. And if you want to be able to learn this and integrate this, this is exactly what I do inside of Wealthy Woman. And we do this very personalized. I don't know any other program out there that is teaching this at the level that you get it, along with all the personalized business strategy. So feel free to reach out to me. Let's talk, book a call. I'd be happy to help you, because truthfully, I know for a fact the business owners that actually have this embodied are the ones that are going to make it long term. Because with AI, anybody can follow a script, anybody can do this. But what actually is never going to be replaced is how people feel when they hear you, and that is a skill set.